Yo, what's going on, chat? Coming back at it again with some more getting over it. I can feel myself getting better. Or at least getting back to where I used to be. Um, so yeah, feels good. Anyway, today I wanted to kind of talk about Super Mario Maker. Yeah. Um, so I just want to preface, I flippin' love Super Mario Maker. Um, it was one of uh well, I had a Wii U beforehand, but I think the first one released 2015, I want to say. Um and I played it a little bit, not that much though. Um what I really liked about Super Mario Maker was watching like YouTube videos of people playing levels. Uh People who were better than me or had more patience than me doing like the 100 lives challenge. Um and then Super Mario Maker 2 came out, and well, actually, I guess it more started like kind of 2018, maybe 2017, 2018. I got into this guy named Ryukar, who played a bunch of Super Mario Maker 1. Um, he was always on that shit. Just he's really good too. I think he like, I mean, I don't know his history, but I mean, he's super good. He does a bunch of like Super Mario World ROM hacks, and he's pretty good at Mario Maker. Um, so I would watch a bunch of his videos, and he was great. And then Super Mario Maker 2 came out in like 2019, and like I was super excited because not to actually like get the game myself, but to watch people play. Watching Ryukar play the new endless mode and all that stuff, man, that was bomb. That shit was peak. So I think in like around 2020, I decided to buy myself a Nintendo Switch, and for nearly the sole purpose of playing Super Mario Maker 2. Um, I never actually played that much of it. Uh, Again, I'm more of like a watcher than a player when it comes to Super Mario Maker. And I think it just kind of stems from I'm not that great at the levels that people make. Like even those super easy like Kaizos were just always super difficult for me. I don't know. If I put more time into it, I could probably get a lot better. But I love the I don't know. Maybe I'm a voyeur. Just like watching the videos. For a while, I watched Ryukar. Then, man, now that I think about it, I've been through like everyone. Watched a ton of DGR. Watched a ton of Panga. Lil Curbs came out with like the... Lil Curbs found a way to make Super Mario Maker 2 appealing for like a general audience, which I thought was great. Because it was more publicity on a great game, you know, that kind of thing. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. I've been watching a lot of Simple Flips. My friend told me about Simple Flips in like 2021, while he was doing walkies. He was telling me like, yeah, I mean he plays verses but doesn't use the run button, and I was like, that sounds awesome, bro. So I started watching Simple Flips. I still remember the day he beat walkies. It was amazing. I went to because normally after a walkies upload, I would go to the comments. And I remember the video that he actually completes walkies. Because he was really close for like a few videos in a row. I remember he was like always like oscillating between like a win or two away. And so I remember the video. I click on it and I go into the comments because I'm a bit of a comment scroller. The first thing I do when I open a video, especially back then, was kind of just like go straight into the comments. And the top comment at the time and probably still is maybe, if you watched it, or at least up there, is this YouTuber named Peter Netter. I used to watch his stuff. I don't know what he's been doing these days. He probably still does that YouTube thing. But his comment read something like, and maybe I'll put it on screen. It was like, "Oh man, nice try today. Maybe we'll get him tomorrow or whatever. Get him next time." But it was just a spoiler preventer or whatever. Yeah. He actually beated that video. It was pretty sick. I was really shocked, honestly. That was like the most parasocial like happiness I ever got. When Simple Flips beat Walkies for the first time. It was sick. Yesterday he released another Walkies 2 video. He started Walkies 2, and then it got it got killed by this other series he started called Luck Fuigi, where he focuses on killing Luigi. Yeah, that was the Walkies 2 killer. But now Walkies 2 is back, so that's pretty hype. Yeah. And all this is to say, I want Super Mario Maker 3 to come out. Man, I was really, really praying that Super Mario Maker 3 would be like a launch title for the Switch 2. And I'm sad it wasn't. I want a Mario Maker 3 to come out. I've enjoyed the community of Mario Maker so much, despite the fact that I'm like barely a part of. I'm like a silent observer in the whole world of Mario Maker. Like I was watching like all the videos about the last cleared levels. Oh fuck. Wait, Sieve Gaming, dude. Sieve fucking Gaming. Yeah. I know he's been back a little bit more lately, but we need a Super Mario Maker 3 to get him fully out of his shell. Cause damn, I miss that Sieve guy. I say I miss him. He's been making videos again. Or at least Mario videos. Yeah. See, I think, honestly, we can probably attribute a lot of the, like, is it possible to be Mario without collecting a single coin to Sieve Gaming? And if not the origin of it, at least the popularity of that format of video, which I always enjoyed. It was a lot of fun watching those. Yeah. Super Mario Maker, super important game. Super, super important game. I mean, just so much came out of it. And Super Mario Maker 2 wasn't even like, it wasn't even dead. It wasn't even dead when they stopped updating it. They just fucking stopped. For no good reason. They just stopped updating the game, and it slowly, like, tapered off. They were like, on like, honestly, I want to say like the height of its popularity, they were like, alright guys, and we're releasing the final update. We're gonna add the Koopalings and do some other bullshit, and that'll be that. And then that was that. That was the end of the Mario Maker 2 update life cycle. They did a similar thing with like Animal Crossing, where like the height of its popularity was like COVID, and they're just like, and that's the final update. Yep. Work here is done. Although if you're an astute observer, they recently dropped another update for Animal Crossing. Unfortunately, Mario Maker 2 didn't get the same treatment. But you know, what can you do? Ugh. Yeah. I want Mario Maker 3. I want to watch Ryukar play the 100 lives challenge, the 100 live endless challenge. I bet that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna incorporate the two things that they brought into this world. Wait, no, the 100 lives endless challenge is just the endless challenge, but with more lives. Wait, scratch that. I don't know. They'll figure out something. Maybe they'll add both back. I think they had like the Maker Worlds update. I wasn't too big on that. I never really cared much for the Maker Worlds. Well, I should say I never cared much for watching people play Maker Worlds. It just wasn't like that interesting, I guess. I don't know. I've considered. I have a capture card. I bought a capture card so that I could stream Mario Maker to my friends. Yeah, maybe not the most smart purchase I've made, but I mean it was like $100. It wasn't anything crazy. You know, not when you have a job, that kind of thing. It's a little drop in the well. Yeah, so let me know if like me playing some Super Mario Maker would be interesting to watch. I was considering actually opening up the old Switch, pulling out the old Switch and running up some Super Mario Maker to do some walkies, since Simple Flips had taken so long to do another video. But then he finally released it, so I have like less incentive to actually start doing walkies, and now I'll feel like even more of like a goon for just copying his format. But who knows? Maybe I'll start my walkies journey, and then I'll encounter broken legs, and it'll be this like an amazing crossover episode where your favorite YouTuber, Kelpington Gaming, plays against broken legs in a walking battle to the death. Or maybe he'll be on Luck Luigi and I'm Luigi, and I get absolutely wrecked. That would also kind of suck. Well, anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
To the moon.